Hey, everybody, who doesn't want to stay in a tree house overnight? Come on, when you were kids, we stayed in tree houses, we built our own tree houses. But as adults, we want like luxury tree houses. We want to go glamping. And today, travel writer Mary Farah is back on the show. She's joining us for our second Friday Food Wine Travel Show with the International Food Wine Travel Writers Association. And she's joining us to talk about her stay at Mohicans-Treehouse and Wedding Venue. They're up in Ohio. And check them out. Go to their website, The-Mohicans.net. Even Matthew McConaughey's on there. I mean, he went and hung out there, and Mary went there. So therefore, you need to go. So welcome back, Mary. How are you?
Hey, it's so good to see you guys. I'm great. How have you guys been?
We're doing good. Traveling, crisscrossing the country nonstop. And, so you went out and stayed in these tree houses. Did you take Mabel with you, or is this pre-Mabel time? Baby Mabel.
This was pre-Mabel. Pre-baby Mabel.
Now we know how Mabel came to be.
There's not a lot else to do out there. So hey,
well, you had wine, you had movies.
There's a lot of time. There's a lot of fun downtime in there.
Now we know. Now we know the true story.
This has become an X-rated show.
I know already. I know, it's so crazy
way before
to think.
Mabel.
It's crazy to see. The last time we saw you was in Yuma, Arizona, and during the food that was the Yuma
Bird Festival.
Bird Festival.
Right.
And Nancy was walking around with her big stick and being Moses with her.
I still have that picture. Yes.
That was so much fun. And then next thing you know, Mary's having a baby. See, there's always something about Mary.
She's always doing something.
I know. And listen, speaking of that, you can keep up with Mary at alongcomesmaryblog.com. And I remember the very first time you came on one of our IFWTWA shows, everyone, that's short for International Food Wine Travel Writers Association. One of the very first ones, we giggled about something about Mary, but you were predominantly doing LA. Like you're what to see and do in LA. And then next thing you know, you're in New York, you're in Texas or Georgia, like you've been all over. So Along Comes Mary blog is national, and down the road international when things open up, huh?
Definitely. I always think you guys are my good luck charms, because I vividly remember that conversation when I first met you guys, that I was doing so much in SoCal and locally, but my goal was to get more nationally. And now look at us. We're here talking about Ohio and tree houses.
I didn't
know. That's cool.
This is so exciting.
Cool.
When we lived in Kenya, there's a place called Treetops, right, Nancy? That we stayed at.
Treetops Hotel.
Fun.
It's not up in the trees, but it is surrounded by trees. And the outside is all done like bark. So you feel like you're inside of a tree. And the animals on the outside, there's a watering hole right there. It pretty much surrounds the whole place.
Wow.
So you see elephants and crocodiles and all kinds of buck come, especially at night, leopards. And then the leopards are almost like eye level. So that is cool. So
that's your next treehouse adventure.
Yeah,
I think so. That sounds amazing.
It's so cool. I love that place.
Gosh.
This is so cool because and everyone, Mary's story is up on blendradioandtv.com. You can check it out now. It'll also be in our Vacation Station travel magazine. It's focusing on unique lodging, unique sleeps across the country. And during the pandemic, Nancy and I traveled. Of course, we do our pet sitting in the meantime. That was a new thing. So we could be quarantined and now it's become our norm because it's really a cool way of travel. But in between times, we did a lot of stays at bed and breakfast and historic inns because it was, again, social distancing was an important thing. And so you're going to be with a lot of bed and breakfast in this issue, but glamping has become huge. Places like the tree houses out the Mohicans. I mean, I think it's not going to go away. People are going to be wanting more and more of these kind of unique destinations, not just because of COVID, but just everybody wants real experiences, and nature definitely is up there at the top of the list for experiences now.
I agree. And I really think given COVID, it really showed us how much we want to connect with nature. I was someone prior to the pandemic, I was more working 9 to 5, traveling, writing, and then being forced to kind of sit still. Then, of course, getting pregnant, so wanting to stay active, like trying to stay sane during a pandemic and being pregnant. I really found myself connecting more than ever with nature. So I feel like that's probably going to be a real awakening for a lot of travelers. Maybe not do their typical city trip or stay at the chain hotels, or just wanting a bit more of that authentic experience like you can find at the B&Bs or a tree house.
So the tree, I like the one for those who are watching versus listening. There's a really cool tree house behind us all, and you're out in the woods. Is that the one you stayed in, like the little castle?
It is the El Castillo.
So
At the
cool.
time, they are nonstop. Kevin Mooney, the founder of the Mohicans, and his team of construction and contractors, they're, like the article mentions, they have more tree houses coming out. They just started a new treehouse resort up in Washington State. They really are nonstop. So at the time when my husband and I stayed at the El Castillo, we were one of the first guests inside that house because it was one of their newest ones. And now, of course, they have more coming. They've kept building. But yes, at the time, the El Castillo was one of their newest ones. And of course, given what a popular wedding destination the Mohicans has become, it's a really great like honeymoon suite because they call it the castle, and they have the beautiful loft bedroom. It was gorgeous.
To me, it's like let down your hair, Rapunzel, Rapunzel.
I thought of that too. Yes. And then there's another really cool one. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it because each treehouse has a really cool, cute name. But Pete Nelson, I believe his name is, from Treehouse Masters. It's a show on cable TV. Yeah, he built it. Not the one, not the El Castillo, but there's another one on property that Pete built. And that one, it's like literally, I'm a theater person, so I just started singing "Into the Woods, Into the Woods."
That's it.
It was all of them are so cute and unique.
It's kind of like, a movie set in a way.
It is.
Definitely. Yeah, totally.
That's cool. Yeah. So the one thing too I really liked is that you've got 70 acres out there to explore. So is it one of those, you were talking about that you can go out and do like day trips, and apparently there's really good food there, but going there, can you bring your own food to, or how does that all work? Food and wine. This is important.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of my first questions too, when I found out I was going to be doing a story with them. About 20 miles when you get into more civilization, there's a great big shopping plaza with Walmart, grocery stores, fast casual dining. So you can go grocery shopping, stock up on everything you need. Wine. Of course. Yes. Plenty of wine options at the, I forget which grocery store it was. One of the big ones, like a Kroger or something. There's a Kroger, there's a Walmart, so plenty of wine options. Bring all that. Yeah, bring it all back to the treehouse. Each treehouse or cabin, depending on what you stay in, they all have kitchens and kitchenettes. So it's really convenient to just bring everything back, kind of like have that camping experience, but have an actual house, not like fancy. I mentioned in the article. Yeah, a bit more fancy, a bit more glamping, so you're not stuck in the woods completely.
Nancy, this sounds like our style, except for the internet's not as strong, but then for us, it's actually really nice to take a break. So Nancy, we could just bail out, be in the trees and, have our wine, and you don't have to cook elaborate meals. And they apparently have really good food. Like it seems that you guys had a good little feast out there.
We had such a great little dinner out there. We got to experience a fun tour of their kitchen where they do all their catering and cook everything for their events. So we got to have a little intimate dinner with their chefs right there on site. Wow. And the food, that to me was reason enough to want to backtrack and redo our wedding, or if we ever renew our vows, want to go back there because it was such great food. They're really versatile because, as you guys know, I'm gluten-free, so nothing was a problem. My hubby loves meat. So so they were really versatile, having meat dishes, gluten-free dishes. Yeah, there's a lot to be had at the Mohicans. The only thing, like you said, you are a bit more unplugged because only certain areas of the property get internet. So it is very much, which I liked. I thought I was going to like be like, oh my gosh, I need to have my connection or work on my phone. But it was really nice. Like you guys, I'm always glued to my phone or working on an article or texting. So it was just kind of nice to put on my email reply, the automatic reply, like, peace out, I'm in a treehouse. Talk to you when I get home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good way to wind down. And I mean, it's really nice to be in nature without feeling that you're going to, you know, wake up with a snake in your sleeping bag or,
exactly.
You know,
oh, come on, Nancy.
it happens. It does happen.
You'll get the squirrels. Nancy will find the squirrels.
There you go.
For some reason, they like to throw nuts at me.
Well, I'm with you guys because I love being in nature and outdoors, but I'm not really go to the bathroom in the woods, sleep in a tent on the dirt. So having the best of both worlds at the Mohicans, and it's so funny too. My husband and I always get back to the water was so dang hot. We've stayed at resorts in the middle of cities and places where it's like lukewarm or you barely get any hot water, but we had like the nicest showers ever there.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, you really have the best of both worlds. And they had everything we needed for a great breakfast. We bought eggs, bacon, we cooked everything.
Oh, Nancy's happy already.
Yeah.
You said bacon.
Got the bacon.
Yeah. Champagne, make your own mimosas. Come on.
So do you, I mean, being out there in nature, you know, and I think this is also really, we had a friend who, they retired from their resort. It was a very historic place up at Palomar Mountain. And so they started glamping areas in the woods, and but they've retired and it's not the same anymore. But it might be, I don't know. But anyway, she was saying when they started the glamping, what they got was a lot of families coming in where maybe the husband's used to camping or vice versa. Like she grew up camping, and as we age, sometimes like I will go out in the dirt and sleep in the back of a truck or whatever. But now I'm a little bit, I'm heading towards that 50 zone, and so it changes a little bit. Your body changes, but I want that nature thing. And she was saying how a lot of families, this was their first experience of camping, where it was like a bridge towards, we're not sure even how to put up a tent. We want our kids to have this kind of experience. But then they could make margaritas. And so the mom's like, cool. And the big thing was going potty. I mean, we've been talking about this on the show. It's like, women want their bathroom. And it's camping resorts we've been to, it always goes, we're going back to talking about the potty, because it's a big deal. We want a clean bathroom.
Yes.
Do you want to spend your time trying to survive in nature, or do you want to spend your time enjoying it? That's the difference to me.
Completely.
Yeah. I want to be able to look and enjoy. I'm not really interested in saying, oh, I slept overnight with a snake in my sleeping bag,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. That's why it's so cool. And now that we have baby Mabel, I can't wait to go back. We're probably hoping to do their Washington location, maybe next year or the year after, because here again, with a kid, you want easy potties. You want it to be easy for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So and here's a difference too, that you're separated out, so no one's on top of the, you know what I mean? So that with a baby, that's a big deal, isn't it, when you travel? Because I've watched you traveling. I'm like, man, she just gave birth, and next thing you know, she's out going. She's like, heck no, Mabel's going.
She loves it. Yeah, we just did like a 3-mile walk by the beach yesterday. She's a really good traveler so far. And we had our stay in Palms. Her first trip ever was to Palm Springs a few months ago. She does really well so far. So I can't wait to see what she's like when, more like when she's a little bit older, out in nature. And
that's so good.
That was another great thing too with the Mohicans, because you're right by the Mohican State Park.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, now you're talking our language.
Yeah. Oh, you guys would love it out there.
Oh, wow. So is that where they filmed The Last of the Mohicans?
I've been asked that before. I need to find that out because I've been asked that before. I would imagine there must be some connection there. So
Yeah.
you guys have reminded me. I need to find that out because I have been asked that before.
Yeah.
I would imagine it has something
It's
to
got to
do
be
with
something
that.
because we drove through Ohio and Iowa this year, and in Missouri we were
Cool.
driving through there, and let me tell you, it is gorgeous.
pretty.
Ohio
Isn't
is
it?
beautiful
Pretty.
and lush green,
Yes.
and I know we saw sign. We must have been right up there, and we're going to go back in the fall, but
Oh, cool.
it's so like that is such a beautiful state, and I don't
It
think
is.
people we always kind of all go to the same kind of areas. And I think the
Right.
Midwest gets left off a little bit.
It
And
seems like
we did Ohio, we did a little bit of Pennsylvania, but near Lake Erie. So it's kind of on the, and it's Ohio and
Ooh,
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
And some of the, Michigan and all these areas, I mean, these places are gorgeous. And having been Southwestern and everything, the lush green, just once we get into like forests like that, even now we're very like, we'll hug trees forever. There's something about being in a forest, it's forest bathing. And this is what I think what's great about them without all the cell phone and internet coverage. That does actually block the gap of forest bathing. It actually does ruin that experience a bit.
Well, yeah.
You want to have that direct connection with nature and relax. And like you're saying, Nancy, we don't have to play survival,
Exactly.
Yep.
but there is something restorative about being out in trees and the health of us all.
It felt amazing. I mean, just to wake up among that, you literally at the Mohicans are surrounded by trees. It was so gorgeous.
Do you realize how much fresh air you're getting?
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Especially flying in from LA. I mean, it was night and day. Like you're saying, Lisa, like to be going, like so many of us think of the more metropolitan cities or the West Coast or East Coast, but there's a lot to be seen in the Midwest as well.
And did you hear birds in the morning? That's important.
We did.
No,
We did. And we even saw deer. There were deer around.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
It was completely like I had like that moment where I feel like a Disney princess gonna start singing to the deer out front.
Uh-oh. She's off and running. She's off and running with the deer. Well, and they have a lake. So there's water.
There's a lake on the property of the Mohicans. You actually see that as you're entering the entrance, like where guests would gather for if you're there for a wedding or event. So they have the lake, and then getting back to the Mohican State Park, we took a beautiful hike to the Lions Falls. It was a beautiful waterfall out here again, middle of nowhere, no service, no bathrooms, but there's so much pretty nature to be had all within an hour, half hour. I mean, there's so much like right there, because it was interesting coming from the city to have to go a bit further to the Walmart or the Chipotle, as to where if you want to take a hike or be in the center of nature, that's right at your door.
So how far is it from like Columbus or?
Yeah, it's actually really central to both Cleveland and Columbus. Just
Cleveland rocks.
We actually flew into Columbus, but I've heard Cleveland is a really cool city too. They're both opposite directions, but like smack dab, Mohicans is right in the middle, about 70, 80 miles. Yeah, from either direction.
Perfect.
Cool.
So really convenient to fly into either airport.
Oh man, we have to go say hi to him. We're going to be in Mount Gilead. We can't pronounce anything, right?
As long as you know where you're going.
I know, just like we're going there. There's horses. I want to go have a look because when I have to look at our scheduling, but it would be so cool to see because they're right outside Columbus. They're right outside Columbus too. So I'm thinking, yeah. So we
cool.
Have to
You'd probably be right there. Oh, you have to go see them.
Yeah, because this is like growing. And hey, listen, for those who are into fishing, you can go fishing where Matthew McConaughey fished.
Yeah.
And you can go, all right.
And That was really cool too, because we actually got some tidbits about Matthew's stay while we were having our dinner in the kitchen.
Gossip.
Apparently, he ordered like a 24-pack of beer with it was him, his wife, and son. And apparently, he had all the beer bottles were empty and they were all out front of the treehouse the next morning. So they did.
He's a happy boy.
They did some serious beer enjoying in that treehouse.
Yeah. Well, listen. And hey, there's not. I listened to an interview with Matthew McConaughey and Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how he had to lose weight for some role that he was. I can't remember what movie it was, and he basically he ate one meal every 2 days or something, no bread or something, and he lived on red wine. And I'm like, wait, now I could do that.
I could sign up for that.
I could do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of vitamins.
I have to go re-listen to it, but all I could hear was like, so the food was out and the red wine was in. And when he ate, his wife really she can really cook apparently. So she like gave him like a really good meal, but I don't know about this, Nancy. We probably we should be a lot, we should be skinny.
Yeah, but he might have been, getting in some kind of shape for a new movie. So
yeah,
he drank so much beer.
Yeah, and you've got to,
I love it.
That's a arm thing.
Yeah, it's a.
There you go, working out.
And maybe he's doing both. You never know.
Or same with undoing the wine cork. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah.
That's a whole other muscle right here.
Yeah. And if you're drinking right from the bottle, that's even heavier.
Why not?
See, that's that muscle back there. The wine cork is here, and the drink is there.
Oh my gosh. We
Those
gotta
are
get
drinking muscles.
No, and it's important because as we age, us ladies get bingo wings.
Oh, the flab. Yeah.
No, that's the bingo wings.
Bingo.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't want bingo wings.
This is all talking about wine and the treehouse. No, it's making me think of something that would be perfect to take to the treehouse, because I still love my Portofino purse.
Oh, the Portofino,
you guys, and
Portofino with the view.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
listen,
perfect.
they've got schwankies now. Have you seen their schwanky?
I have. Yeah.
We got a schwanky.
Nice.
Oh, did
Gotta
you?
get the swanky.
Oh, dude, the swanky.
Nice.
I call it
Especially
swanky,
when you
but
go somewhere that nice, you got your swanky
That
on
is-
the deck.
Yes.
Listen, that swanky, I still call it the schwanky. It's the schwanky.
I like the schwanky. Yeah.
Yeah, the schwanky.
No, that comes from sweaty. Not
No, we're not doing SNL. But the Portofino with the view, and it is really true. Nancy and I carry our wine that way everywhere because you're not carrying bottles.
Great.
So when you're traveling, and it keeps your wine colder than if it's in a bottle.
Exactly.
And it will last for 30 days or something inside their little wine bags, but who waits 30 days? Like
same. But for me, even if I don't, like the rare occasion I don't want wine in it, I love even water.
Yeah.
It is so, and it's such a great, the one I have for you guys, it's such a perfect tote for me, especially now.
Do you have the backpack or
my
a tote
mommy
bag?
stuff? I have the tote bag, but I've been thinking of ordering the backpack.
The backpack box.
That would be so great to have, like when my hubby and I are hiking, have a little libation at the end of a hike or something. Yeah,
absolutely.
That
was my camera bag for a long time because I was able to fit wine in the back or water.
Yeah.
And then I got
Lisa, it was wine.
Come on.
Listen, I do have water once in a while, but
same here.
But there's like you can get a thing like an interior of another camera bag that I kind of deconstructed and put it inside there so you can carry your camera gear in it.
Oh, nice.
And it fits in. And then now I upgraded into their little black backpack. So it's like city, not city. And I can walk in grocery stores better this way than looking like I'm gonna.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's kind of cool, and it fits right by. It's awesome, and so it's like we have tote bags, backpacks. If anybody wanted to rob us, they'll get a carload of wine and wine bags. So thank you, Portofino. But it's true when you go to places like this. It is about actually easy transportation. When you're trying to go and you're hauling luggage like I do, that's why I'm really working on my bingo wings. It's called luggage delivery. You're hiking up into there. It is so much easier. You're not carrying, again, the heavy bottles into wherever you're going. So it's a lot easier on getting up into the treehouse.
And it's stealth.
Exactly. That would be
Nobody
so.
knows what you're doing.
And you could have your
Yeah.
wine, and you could even roll up your clothes and stuff it in there too, and it'll fit. Seriously.
Exactly. Yeah, it is so versatile. Yeah, talking to you guys about the treehouse and then wine, it's like, wait a minute. Next
That's like
time
a
I
party.
go, I
That's
need to make sure to
party.
have that bag with me.
Yeah.
Right.
And the backpack. So the bird thing, I wanted to talk about that. You said you saw deer, and of course, if they have a lake, that's going to be really cool. The bird watching, I bet a lot of birders or bird watching people go there just to hang out and, you know, watch birds from their
That
deck.
would not surprise me. Yeah, because I can't, me personally, I don't remember seeing any. I probably wasn't really looking, or maybe I just missed them, but I'm sure, like, if you know what you're doing with birding, because I learned the most I learned about bird watching was with you guys at the Yuma Festival. Yeah.
Well, birds in Ohio, everywhere we go, like, it's like,
There's
what is that bird? Some birds we know, like you go by
Right.
listening. But you just sit and watch, you know, and mostly like in the woods there, you'll probably get woodpeckers and you know, those kind of birds, and maybe blue jays or
Right.
scrub jays out there.
And
I
I
was
don't know about
gonna
cardinals, probably. If you saw red
I was
birds,
gonna say, I'm pretty sure we saw blue jays.
yeah,
Yeah.
blue jays will be out, maybe
Yeah.
even bluebirds. So a lot of people just, if you don't get to see that every day and you love birds, this is one of those destinations. And you're able to sit outside.
Oh, totally. We had a deck
Important.
and
Nice.
just there's no
See.
the way it's spread out so nicely, like we couldn't even see where the next treehouse or cabin was.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
if you want to even pretend, or maybe you have kids with you that want that tent experience, you could totally set up right below you where you have your car parked and just have fun and pretend you're camping. But then when it's bedtime, go up to your treehouse.
Cool.
Oh, I like that. That's a
Yeah.
really cool
Yeah.
idea for kids to have like a little pup tent.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because it was so much just free space, and then quick little walk over to the lake, just go walk a little bit up the road. But that was
Nice.
really nice too, that you really felt like it was your treehouse. You had no neighbors you could see.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it felt so nice and secluded.
So when you go
That's
there,
cool.
you could actually just, you know, hang out there in the state park and not do a bunch of driving or just, you know.
Oh, totally. The only thing I would recommend is if that's what you think you're going to do, make sure you buy enough on your way out to the treehouse. So that's kind of what we did
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, we stopped, got enough food and what knickknacks for the next few days. The treehouse they have. I did put in the article a little hyperlink because they have a really good checklist of what they do and don't have for their guests. So
Okay.
a lot of amenities like hair dryer, soap, you'll want to pack that yourself. But as far as cooking goes, pots, pans, coffee maker, plates,
nice.
yeah, the kitchen
Oh, I
is
like that.
completely equipped. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, are they 4-season? Are they open year round? Because I know
They
that the
are.
Midwest gets snow, and so does
Yeah.
the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, right.
Like a winter magical, like little
Wouldn't that be
treehouse in the
cool?
snow.
Could you imagine?
Nice.
That's what I'm thinking. What was
Nice.
crazy, we went in May of 2019 and we just had missed a really humongous thunderstorm, like days before we arrived. I think that would be kind of cool to
Yeah.
see, like a thunderstorm
Uh-huh.
with your treehouse, a winter wonderland. So
Fall.
yes.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, the fall leaves. Oh
All
my
fall
goodness.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fall out that area is exceptional. I mean, we
Oh, I
really
can't even
experienced it last
imagine.
year. We were up in St. Louis, Missouri. We did Tennessee, a little bit of Pennsylvania and Michigan. Oh my God. You
Oh.
could see even at the end of August, early September, the
Mm.
color coming out, and they're like, oh, it's not here yet. I'm like, but look at it.
Oh,
You know, if you're from LA, you
wow.
know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like, you're
heck
like,
yeah.
you know, if a leaf turns brown, one on a tree, you're like, fall.
Oh, totally.
You know?
I've actually experienced Tennessee in October, and same thing. Like I was like, color.
It's wild. It's like, it's real.
Gorgeous.
You
Yeah.
really just get it as like, this is real, you know, because you don't feel it.
Yes.
But I would say it would be awesome to be there all 4 seasons. And fall,
That's what I'm thinking.
fall and spring, Nancy, good time for birding too, right? That
Oh,
time frame.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
so
sounds perfect.
oh man, I want to go there in a winter wonderland. I want magic.
That sounds
Oh,
really
you
fun.
should.
You know,
Oh, you guys will have to do that.
it'll be different too because it won't be as enclosed with the trees, I don't think, because of the leaves falling. I think. I don't know
Mhm.
about their
that.
trees.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
but
Yes.
that's when you see all these other views.
All the other things. Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
so I don't, Nancy.
I'd be that weirdo if I were to go back in the fall. I'm going to be picking up the leaves to bring home. I'm that person when I travel. I love to take sand from other beaches. My husband gets upset at me if I want to take home a pine cone. He reminds me not to disturb
Not in a
nature.
national park.
That's
National park people
right.
come after
Yes,
you. You need to do your
yes.
junior ranger book with
I-
Mabel.
Yes.
Exactly. That's right.
No taking
Teacher-
of the sand coat. Deborah, the one travel writer, she has a sand collection. She actually wrote a story on it.
Brulette?
Yes,
Or
Deborah
Dunning?
Burlett.
Yeah, of course.
Deborah Dunning
Yes, she
Burlett, yeah.
does.
She collects sand from around the world, and she's
I
done
love. That's what I love to do.
wow. All right, we did something about Mary. You never know.
You never know.
Not hair gel today, sand.
Yes, it's all about sand. So where's your next destination?
Right now, I don't have any set plans for anything too far away or exotic. I have some really fun local things coming up. Like I just got invited to a really fun, a resort in Mexico is actually having a really fun media dinner in West Hollywood. So I'm going to be covering that in September. The coolest thing I've gotten to do lately, you guys know I love botanical gardens. I've always wanted to see Lotus Land in Montecito, California. It's basically around the corner from where Prince Harry and Meghan live. Oprah, beautiful botanical garden, very exclusive, members only. I got to cover a car event, a car show and silent auction they had on Saturday. So I'm going to be writing about that. And that was I'll have to send you guys some pictures if you love nature like me. Oh my gosh. The lotuses, they had, what else did they have? They had an aviary. It was so pretty.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So then I know that IFWTWA, the International Food, Wine, Travel Writers Association, we do the second Friday show, also a second Tuesday show with them. And it's cool because we get to interview, travel writers like you and find out about all these cool places like, the Mohicans-Treehouse-Resort. I mean, who knew? But they're having their conference in St. Petersburg in November. And aren't you on that committee? You're on that committee?
I am. I'm on the conference committee, and actually that may be my next big destination because I still am hoping to get there. So I haven't solidified the plans yet, but it's looking like more a yes than no. And I've never been to Florida, and from everything I'm seeing about St. Petersburg in particular, the food looks so good.
We were just in St. Petersburg. We didn't get to do much,
I thought.
But it's beautiful out there, and we're going to be back in the end of September. We're going back there for a weekend. And apparently there's like a new pier, and we went down that one bridge. I'm expecting to watch the toll roads in Florida. I know that we went through the card holder segment, and I know I'm going to get one of those things in the mail. And for us to get mail, it's not easy to get when you travel full time.
I was going to say, how are they going to get that? They're going to have to text it to
I don't know. I have a friend keeping an eye out, and I can, I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be a fine. There's all these fine notices. I'm like,
there was some short notice to get over to the other lane. That by the time you realized there was no way we could get over. It was
that actually happened to us. We were driving through Orange County for my birthday on the way to San Diego, and I didn't realize that either. And about a month or two later, we got a ticket in the mail that if I didn't pay up by X date, they were going to put a lien on our car.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, they are strict.
They're serious about their tolls. There's always a troll under that bridge, under the toll.
A toll troll.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I get it. I mean, the road has to be paid for, so I'm not anti it, but I'm just saying. Listen,
I'll be careful. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be driving. I don't know if I'll get a car or not if I go to St. Pete, but I will be careful of those toll trolls.
Yes, I know. That's it. We have to take a little baseball bat with us.
Very short notice, and I'm kind of thinking it's kind of short notice on purpose.
I think everyone knows about it, but it's really neat going over the bridge. It was a Sunshine Skyway, I think it is. And this bridge is just incredibly, I'm always nervous about bridges, but I still do them. And there is wildlife, on they have all these rest area parks and picnic sites. So you can go and watch herons and see the fish
It's
jumping.
awesome.
And we took some detour towards a preserve. We're like, okay, Jane, we call her our GPS Jane, because Jane says,
yes, Jane says,
Jane says. So she's like, go here, go there. And so I was like, come on, we need a park or preserve. We want to get as much footage. We ended up in some swampy preserve, like Spanish moss.
God.
And there's gators, but there's like, you would have to hike in, and it was like getting dark. So I'm like,
oh my
all right, no, seriously, you need to have those big boots, because you know what you're walking through, but
well, I mean, what an experience.
awesome.
I mean, I feel like you kind of want that or expect that if you're going to be in Florida, though. So that's really
you do.
cool.
Go, like, if you get a chance to just do a detour, I'll look it up for you, the name of this place.
Please
just
do.
So you could just drive around and go like, dude, that's some swampiness.
Oh my gosh.
You need to have the swampy. You can't go without the swampy.
I'm thinking I need to rent a car if I get to the conference, even for a day, just to like text you, Lisa, and be like, where do I find the swamps?
Yeah, you need to go see the gators. You got to.
Yeah.
And they've got manatees out that area too. And we saw a manatee. We drove from there to Titusville, and there's a Merritt Island. It's in Cape Canaveral seashore. And we took this drive, and there's birds and gators. And so we're having a good time. And then there's a manatee observing deck, and Nancy saw it, the beginning part of this, but it was in the distance. We didn't get to capture that on footage, but we're going back.
Yeah,
wow,
we have to.
How fun.
See, now I would like these tree houses to be in the swampy lands, because I'm just saying, I'd like them to expand. They've got the Pacific Northwest. Now, if they could get into like the Everglades or like that kind of swampy goodness.
Could you imagine?
You'd have to have a lot of mosquito stuff, but so what?
Yeah.
Because people camp on these docks in the Everglades on the water, and there's crocodiles and gators and pythons and stuff, right?
If you roll over and fall in the water, bye-bye.
That's your problem.
Wow. Reason enough. You need to stay in the treehouse. You can't
stay in the treehouse.
Exactly.
I want that. I want that, because it would be like going to Costa Rica or something. Because the bromeliads grow in the trees.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like real bromeliads. Like out in the boonies, man.
Yeah,
that would be perfect. I bet never say never, because they've already expanded to Washington. Who knows where they might be next?
Florida, Georgia. They need to be in the swampy lands. North Carolina.
I would love for them to be in Georgia.
And we'd like them to expand to the Smoky Mountains too. Like, let's just give them a list.
Yeah, let's give them a map here.
Yeah.
Here.
Let's get Matthew McConaughey on. He can drink beer at every.
And we'll drink wine. And ask him about diet, and then but he also lived in an Airstream on the beach for a long time too, so he understands the experience thing. I think this is so huge for couples. Like, this is a romantic escape. Like, this would be a first. Like, if you're going to have your first, escape together,
right?
This is cool,
right? And you could really, I feel like it'd be a great first escape. Like maybe a semi-newish couple, because you could really get to know each other. You could play fun,
pretty fast
question and answer games.
Truth or dare.
You're going more naughty than I am, Lisa. But
well, that's because I'm single.
Oh, that must, yes. We've been together almost 8 years. So wow. I'm all like, I'm not thinking like you anymore.
Yeah, she's had her baby. She's got crazy Mabel.
Got crazy Mabel.
Oh, but that's so cute and awesome. She's such a doll. Just looking at her photos, she is so sweet.
Thank you so much.
She has that little naughty look, and I'm like, there's something about Mabel. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. She's going to be a Spitfire. Yes.
Yeah. And how's your hubby feeling about this when she grows up? Is he already like?
Oh, he's already every little thing he's worried about, like dating or teaching
already?
her. Oh yeah. She just turned 6 months, and he's already scared to death.
Already like. No boys in her playpen.
Pretty much. Yes. He is so protective already. So I feel bad for anyone in like 15 years that wants to date Mabel. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time with daddy.
That's hysterical. I love it.
That's funny. We're loving her so much.
Just thinking about McConaughey being out there, Matthew McConaughey. and because they're so distant out, all the tree houses, I bet this is a cool place for celebrities because half the time they have to fly to Bali or something like that. Or some resort. And it's like, you can't just get away, as much as we used to because of what's going on in the world, COVID wise.
Right.
And some people just want a nice little escape. So I was just thinking, like, for celebrities, this has got to be one of those places where you can be on the lowdown.
Right. Could you imagine? Because I'm sure too, most people aren't going to be thinking of celebrities in Ohio. So it's such a great, like, easy little escape.
Was he there on a filming thing? Because that to me is interesting if they've got filming out there, because that's really good tourism for a region, is doing film.
That's a great question. As far as I know, he was just looking.
He wanted to be in a
treehouse. Yeah, him and his family wanted, I think, a little bit. I want to say the team at Mohicans told us it was something like they wanted a fun, unique camping experience, but because of their little boy, wanted something a little bit not camping.
Yeah.
Being able to, because you mentioned, and you mentioned his wife is a good cook. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know that about them.
I have to go and re-listen. Apparently, she took care of him while he was just drinking red wine.
She cooks beer.
Yeah, she cooks beer.
Everything is cooked in beer.
That is so funny.
Yeah, right. I love this.
But it's a great escape. Or even if a celebrity wants like a fun wedding, I mean, the weddings they host there and all the awards they've gotten.
Good for them.
Ooh,
and most people want the small, intimate weddings. Now I know like the bed and breakfast we covered.
All
of a sudden they're doing like the 12 people weddings, and then the Zoom, it's all on Zoom, for everybody.
Right.
And I think having those kind of experiences are so much better than here's everybody in a dance hall and it's like, here's your dry piece of chicken.
Yeah. I think you could have a Robin Hood wedding.
Yes.
That would be merry men.
That would be so cute. There's so many different angles. Yeah.
Men in tights with bows and arrows.
Right. So out of this, we have got gossip. We've got Holly. You see, she's in LA. Hollywood gossip of Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Okay. We've got beer. We've got wine. We've got intimate escapes. We've got squirrels. We're doing good. This list is going on. I love it. I love it. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and kids, if you want kids to camp, but then come back up to the treehouse, there's so many different angles for the Mohicans.
I love it. Everyone, The-Mohicans.net is the website. And if you're a food, wine, travel writer, check out IFWTWA.org. We say IFWTWA. So a lot easier than it's the International Food, Wine, Travel Writers Association. So if you're a travel writer, author, photographer, blogger around the world, anywhere around the world, check out this awesome organization, and also check out their conference coming up in November. And also Mary's article is up on blendradioandtv.com. Watch for it coming out in our new Vacation Station magazine. And of course, keep up with us at bigblendradio.com. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Mary. It's been awesome to see you.
Yes, it's been great to see you guys. Hopefully we'll meet soon at the treehouse.
I love that. Oh, we could have like dueling tree houses.
Right?